Imagine planting a single seed today, and in a few years it's a tree, but then it's not just one tree, it's a forest, multiplying faster than you can keep up. That's what compound interest does to your money. It's nature's most powerful financial force, only it works in spreadsheets instead of soil. Time isn't just a measurement on a clock, it's the most powerful multiplier you'll ever meet in finance. It takes small actions and turns them into monumental results, not by working harder, but by letting the effects compound on themselves. If you start investing early, you give your money a longer runway, and just like a spacecraft accelerating on a long burn, the longer that runway, the faster and higher it can go. For example, imagine investing $500 a month at an average return of 8% annually. After 10 years, you'd have around $91,000. Respectable, sure, but keep going 20 years in, it's over $274,000. After 40 years, it's past $1. 5 million. Notice how the numbers don't just double with double the time, they multiply several times over. That's the exponential curve in action, the curve that rewards patience more than any other financial strategy. What most people miss is that the early years often feel slow and unimpressive. It's like watching grass grow. You don't see the magic happening underground. In the first decade, the majority of your account balance is still your own contributions. You might start wondering if it's even worth it, but this is where most people sabotage themselves. They pull out too early, thinking the results aren't fast enough. The truth is, compound interest is heavily back-loaded. The real surge happens in the later years when the interest you earn begins to rival, and then exceed, your contributions. At that point, it's not your money working for you. It's your money's money working for you. The earlier you start, the sooner you hit that tipping point where the growth curve bends sharply upward, creating that jaw-dropping leap in value. Delaying your start, even by just a decade, can cripple the potential of compounding. Think of it this way. If two people invest the exact same $500 a month at the same return rate, but one starts at 25 and the other at 35, the first person could end up with double the wealth by age 65, despite both investing the exact same monthly amount. That's not luck. It's pure mathematics multiplied by time. Every year you wait is a year where your potential gains are lost forever, and you can't get that time back. In finance, time is the one asset you can't buy, borrow, or negotiate for. The market will give you gains, losses, and everything in between, but time, that's fixed. The ones who understand this principle treat time as their greatest investment partner. They start early, they let the snowball roll, and they understand that the most extraordinary part of compounding isn't the money. It's the way time transforms modest beginnings into unimaginable outcomes. Here's the brutal truth. The moment you take your gains out of an investment, you slam the brakes on compounding. You don't just lose that bit of profit. You lose all the future growth it could have generated. The real magic of compound interest isn't just putting money in. It's keeping every single cent of it in the game. Imagine you've got $10,000 invested, and it earns 8% in a year. Now you have $10,800. If you spend that $800 gain, you go into the next year with the same $10,000, and the process starts from scratch. But if you reinvest that $800, the next year you're earning 8% on $10,800. It might feel like a tiny difference now, but over decades, this habit transforms a slow trickle into a roaring river. Reinvesting isn't about being stingy. It's about letting your money evolve into a self-sustaining engine of growth. Think of it like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's small, almost laughably so, but every flake of snow it picks up increases its mass, and that mass increases its surface area, letting it collect even more snow. Your gains are the flakes that make the snowball bigger and faster. If you keep shaving snow off the ball to throw at other things, it never builds enough momentum to become unstoppable. When you reinvest, you're stacking gain on top of gain, creating a feedback loop where your returns start to generate their own returns. That's when compounding enters what I call the runaway phase, where growth accelerates to the point that each year's gain is larger than your entire starting investment. And once you've hit that stage, you've crossed into financial autopilot. Most people underestimate how powerful reinvesting can be because they get distracted by short-term wants. A small withdrawal here for a vacation, a small dip there to buy a gadget, it feels harmless, but every time you pull money out, you're not just spending today's dollars, you're erasing future dollars. Over 30 years, that $1.000 you took out for something fun could have turned into $8.000, $10.000, even $20.000, depending on your returns. That's the hidden cost of interrupting compounding. The best investors know this, and they treat every earned dollar like a seed. You don't eat the seed, you plant it, so it grows more seeds. Over time, that discipline creates a farm of money trees, each producing fruit year after year. And that's the level where compounding stops being a strategy and starts being a legacy. You don't have to be the smartest investor in the room to become a millionaire. You just have to be the most consistent. The market rewards discipline far more than it rewards genius. A flawless stock pick once in a decade won't beat a steady monthly contribution that compounds over decades. This is where most people get it wrong. They chase the next big thing, waiting for the perfect moment to invest, only to realize that while they were waiting, consistent investors were already stacking small wins month after month. Think of it like launching a spacecraft. You don't get into orbit with one massive blast. You get there with steady, sustained thrust. That's what consistency does for your wealth. It keeps the engine burning even when the market is turbulent, even when it feels like progress is slow. Consistency also acts as a psychological anchor. When markets fall, most people panic, pull their money out, and kill their own compounding engine. But the consistent investor sees a drop as a discount sale and keeps buying. Over time, this habit smooths out the market's ups and downs because you're buying at both the highs and the lows. It's the financial equivalent of training in all weather. You become resilient, and your portfolio becomes resilient too. In fact, history shows that the most successful long-term investors aren't the ones with perfect timing, but the ones who simply never stopped investing. They treated each month like a non-negotiable bill to themselves, a bill that future them would be very thankful they paid. The truth is, brilliance fades, but discipline compounds. A consistent $500 monthly investment at a modest return can outperform a sporadic $5,000 when I feel like it approach. Over decades, those steady contributions snowball into something extraordinary, and you barely notice the effort because it's just part of your routine. It's like building muscle. You don't lift weights once and expect to be strong forever. You show up again and again, and the results stack up silently until one day, the transformation is undeniable. Consistency turns investing from a gamble into a certainty, not because markets are predictable, but because time plus regular contributions make the outcome inevitable. That's the quiet, unstoppable power that turns ordinary earners into extraordinary millionaires. The formula isn't complicated. Start early, reinvest everything, and stay consistent. That's it. No magic tricks, no insider secrets. Just a simple process that turns time into your greatest ally and small decisions into massive outcomes. The question isn't whether compound interest can make you a millionaire. It's whether you'll give it the time, discipline, and patience to do its job. Because the truth is, the best day to start was years ago. The second best day is today. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss an update.